Coming up on the Suze Orman Show. What really happens when you are not open and honest about money, I am going to show you. So, Scott, here's the question. Do you want me to tell you the truth as to what you really do have and you don't have in terms of your financial situation?
Don't tell him.
And you asked me, can I afford it?
I would like to buy a 1994 Mazda Miata.
Are all of you noticing a trend? We have all these 22-year-olds living with their parents. What are you going to do with this sexy little car? Bring them home to your mommy and daddies? Hi, everybody. I'm Suze Orman, and you are watching The Suze Orman Show. You know, I have a question for you. Are you married? Are you in a relationship with somebody? And do you have a deep, dark secret? You are handling the money. You know what's going on, and just possibly, the person that you are in relationship with doesn't know anything about the money. They don't want to know. You're taking care of it, and they're very happy. If that is the situation and you aren't telling people what's going on with your money and their money, I'm here to tell you, you are in a relationship where you are not communicating about money. And if you don't communicate about money, sooner than later, you are going to be in a relationship that is in all kinds of trouble and not just financial trouble. Now, I tell you this all the time, and maybe you listen to me and maybe you don't. But tonight, I want you to see what I'm talking about working in action here, meaning this. We're going to go in a few seconds to my first guests tonight, Martha and Scott. Now, they've been married 13 years. They're in their mid-40s. They make a lot of money. They make $250,000 a year. Scott is a police officer. Martha is a registered nurse. They have 4 children altogether, a 21-year-old and 3 young ones, like 3, 4, and 6 years of age. And Martha's been handling the money. Scott does not want to get involved with this money whatsoever. He thinks that everything is kind of okay, but he's not sure. Does he have an idea what they make? Does he have an idea what they're bringing in? He doesn't know anything about the money, which you're going to see in a second. Now, I'm going to let you in on a few things that Scott doesn't know. The truth of the matter is, Martha has accumulated $45,000 of credit card debt at about a 19% interest rate. She has another $70,000 or $80,000 of loans. She only has a $400 emergency fund. Maybe she has $30,000 left in her retirement account because she has been withdrawing money from her 401k to pay bills, to do everything. Martha eats out with the children to the tune of $1,000 per month. Their take-home pay, because all of you will think $250,000 is a lot, their take-home pay, because they live in California, is only $11,400 a month. But their monthly expenses are almost $13,000 a month. Do you get where I'm going here? Now, again, Scott doesn't know any of this. So let's go right now to California and let's talk to Martha and Scott. Martha wrote into the Suze Orman Show because she wants help with their finances because she feels they are drowning in debt. So Martha, tell everybody why you wrote in.
Susie, I saw an article in Costco magazine, and I thought you gave really, really great advice. So I went and purchased one of your books, and it was so insightful. So I started thinking, what do I cut out first? I mean, I've in the past year have cut down cable, trying to eat out, but obviously we haven't done a very good job. We're still in debt. We're slowly paying it off, paid off all our credit cards, but I just don't know what the next step is.
Scott, do you feel that you're doing relatively okay when it comes to your money?
Well, we obviously need to make some changes with the way we spend our money.
So if you were to rate your relationship, not in terms of how you love each other and things, because you look like you love each other very much. You know, you do
Yes.
have 4 kids. So this is a whole family unit that I'm talking about. And for family units to succeed, they have to operate as a unit where both of you really know everything about your finances and you're really honest with one another. Scott, you're a policeman. Are you out on the street?
Yes, I work patrol.
You work patrol. Do you have a partner?
Not in the car with me. I usually work in area with 1 to 2 other officers, and so we always pretty much work together.
So you work together, and would you say to me, Scott, that to be safe out there, it is really essential that you know where your partner is, he or she knows where you are, you know each other's moves, you know everything about each other, that if this happens, he or she will do this, and you have it totally covered, because out there to succeed and stay safe, all of you have to operate as one unit. Would you say that that's true?
Oh, most definitely, yes.
Yes. And do you feel the same way in terms of being protective and being involved with your financial relationship with Martha? Do you feel like you also need to know everything that's going on so that if something happens to her, you can step in and rescue her, she can rescue you? Do you feel that you are equally as strong a partnership with Martha when it comes to your finances as you are with your partners on the street?
Definitely not, no.
Why? Can you tell me why that is?
Well, you know, when we first got married, you know, I'd been used to handling my own finances, and Martha wanted to take over that aspect. At first, I wasn't too sure about it, but as she started doing it, I realized that, you know, I'm not having to write checks every month. I'm not having to keep track of credit cards. It actually got to a point where it was just easy for me and less stress-free, or more stress-free, and she's just pretty much handled it since then.
And is she good at it, Scott?
I think she's good in the fact that she makes the payments. I don't necessarily think she's as good as she could be at budgeting the money.
All right, so you think, and then I'll come back to you, Martha, you think the problem here is that you're spending too much, that's it, but if you just cut back on spending, everything would be okay. Is that correct? I'm just wondering.
That's where, yes, I think that's where we need to start.
Okay.
We tend to spend a lot of money just spur of the moment, going out to eat, buying stuff for the kids, when I think we should maybe spend more time budgeting that money and only buying things that we need.
Scott, how much do you think you spend per month eating out?
Oh, geez, I'm not even sure. I'd
guess.
say probably several $100s.
So $200 or $300 a month eating out, yeah? Maybe
At
400 at most. 400, 500?
I'd go 4 to 5, probably.
400 to 500. Okay. Just stop there for 1 second. Martha, you wrote into the Suze Orman Show, and I have to tell you that your writing to me was a plea for help. It was a plea for help, not just what to do with the money, but your plea to me was you needed help from Scott to do this together, because you wanted to have that strong partnership. And again, everybody watching this show right now tonight, I want you to listen very closely as to why it is so important that if you are sharing a household with somebody, you're married to somebody, M just doesn't stand for marriage, it stands for money. So I want you to stay tuned and listen to all this. So Martha, your name also begins with an M, so that you were actually sending out a plea for me to, can you get Scott to want to help and be a participant in this financial relationship? Would you say that's true?
That's true too. I think if I had if I had somebody to be more accountable to, that would rein me in a little bit with the spending.
Mm-hmm. And do you feel that the problem is simply that you spend too much, that it's all on you? Do you feel that you're honest 100% of the time with yourself and with Scott?
Scott never, ever, ever questions me when I spend money. He just doesn't. So that's why I say maybe if he held me a little bit more accountable. But I would say 99% of the money that gets spent, it's from me.
It's from you. And
Yes.
you said earlier when you first started it that, you're doing all right, you make a good living, you don't have any credit card debt. Did I hear you
No,
say
we have
that?
a lot of credit. No, we have a lot of credit card debt.
Oh, so you have a lot of credit.
Yes,
go on.
I'm sorry. I said I paid down the credit cards to retail stores. I've paid those off.
So those are off, but
closed off.
You've closed
Yes.
off those, but you do have some other credit card debt.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We have a lot of credit card debt, but I started with the smaller retail stores, and I've paid those off and closed the accounts.
All right. And Scott, you just heard your wife say you have a lot of credit card debt. Scott, how much credit card debt do you think you have?
Well, it depends. If you would have asked me this several weeks ago, I probably would have told you 15 to 20,000, but I think now we're probably at about 60,000 after we've been discussing our financial situation over the last couple of weeks.
So you have about $60,000 of credit card debt. How much do you
Correct.
think you have in other loan debt for either a home equity line of credit or whatever it may be? How much other consumer debt do you think you have?
Don't tell them.
I would probably say 200, 210,000 probably.
So not
If you're taking the second and the second mortgage into consideration.
so not your first mortgage, but just the second mortgage and your credit card
Correct.
debt. You see that you're at about $200,000 of debt.
That's what I'm guessing. Yeah.
You're guessing, okay. And do you happen to know what the interest rate is on that debt, especially the credit cards?
You know what? I have no idea.
You have no idea. Do you know, I'm just asking so I know what you know and you don't know, that do you know how much income you both take in every month after taxes?
After taxes, it's probably about $5,500 to $6,000.
And do you have any idea how much it costs you per month to live?
I'd probably say it's pretty close to what we make because it seems like we're always scraping by.
All right, so you bring home $6,000 and it costs you $6,000 a month to live. Just a few more questions. How much do you think
Sure.
you have in total between the two of you in retirement plans?
I'm not sure. I know Martha has 401k. My retirement plan is through the state, so
Yep.
I'm guaranteed. Right now, I think it's about $5,000 a month.
A month in pension.
Is what I think when we last looked.
So what do you think Martha has in her 401k?
She probably has maybe $20,000, $25,000.
All right, and that. And last but not least, how much do you think you have in an emergency fund that if I needed you to write me a check right now, how much do you think you could write it for?
$500 probably.
$500.
That would be
All
my
right,
guess.
so Scott, here's the question. Do you want me to tell you the truth as to what you really do have and you don't have in terms of your financial situation?
Yes.
You do. So I have
I do.
permission to tell you. Okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Don't tell him. It's his fault, Susie.
No,
He's
what's
always,
up?
when we first got married, before we had kids, he said, I don't want to know about finances, just pay the bills. I don't want that stress.
Yeah, and I'm sure if I were to ask Scott why you're in this situation, he would say that it is your fault as well. And later, been wanting something? Ask me, can I afford it?
I would like to take an annual extended trip for me and the wonderful man in my life. First, can I tell you a little bit of the reason why I'd
No,
like to?
because you know what? Who cares? Welcome back to the Suze Orman Show. All right, I have been talking to Martha and Scott about their money, and I am about to reveal to Scott how much money he actually has and he doesn't have. Let's pick it up from there. So, Scott, here's the question. Do you want me to tell you the truth as to what you really do have and you don't have in terms of your financial situation?
Yes.
You do. So I have
I do.
permission to tell you. Okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Don't tell him.
Do you see how Martha keeps saying, don't tell him? But Martha, you need to tell him. You actually should be the one, not me, that's telling Scott, because it is very important that Scott understand that you really don't have a penny to your name when you really look at everything that you have going on. And here's
It's his fault, Susie.
No,
He's
what's
always,
that?
when we first got married, before we had kids, he said, I don't want to know about finances, just pay the bills. I don't want that stress.
Yeah, and I'm sure if I were to ask Scott why you're in this situation, he would say that it is your fault as well.
It is.
But it isn't about blaming. This is not, is it Scott's fault? Is it your fault? It doesn't matter whose fault it is.
It's our situation.
It's your situation. So I'm not looking to blame one of you. I see that you love each other. I see that you have kids. And I see that for whatever reason, you're not handling your money in the way that you should. Scott, I will tell you, I don't think Martha has what it takes to handle finances on any level. I think it's true, Martha, I don't. I think that she is so used to robbing Peter to play Paul because she's afraid that she'll disappoint you, that if you know the truth about it, that she's willing to do anything so that your life is easy. But it's not working, and we do have a disaster that we are dealing with here. So Scott, from Suze Orman to you, I am asking you to please get involved in your finances. Because if you don't start getting involved in your finances, it is equivalent to you going out on the streets without a partner, and you walking in the most dangerous neighborhoods in Los Angeles, and you most likely may not come out of those neighborhoods. That is the situation that you're in. Your wife needs a partner. You are in a dangerous financial neighborhood, so we need to do that. Just so everybody does know, the two of you make a fabulous living. You are bringing home $11,400 a month of income. That is a lot of money. That's how much your after-tax income is, according to Martha, Scott. Your expenses, however, right, that's a lot of money, right?
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, well, guess what? Your expenses are essentially $13,000 a month. You are spending almost $2,000 more a month than you are bringing in. Martha only has $30,000 left to her retirement account. She has been taking loans out. She has been doing everything. You do have consumer debt of $117,000. You have $45,000 of credit card debt and an interest rate of about 19%. You only have $3,200 of investments left. You have $400 of an emergency fund. And now your mortgage debt, along with the home equity lines of credit, you owe $630,000 on your home. And even though you say your home is worth $750,000, you know and I know that real estate has gone down dramatically, and that if you did sell it after the commission, you might be lucky to walk away even. What do you think, Scott, my man?
I'm shocked, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew we weren't in the best of shape, but I didn't realize we were in the negative like that.
Yeah, you're seriously in the negative. Now, with that said, here is the good news. We're not dealing with that you're this much in debt and you don't have a job, and now what do? So you have the money, you're bringing it in, you just have to turn everything around. And by the way, you spend about $1,000 to $1,100 a month every single month eating out.
And that's being generous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
was shocked to find that out, Susie. I just realized that about 2 months ago. And it's really hard for me. Every day, I've been telling myself, going through the drive-thru one time with the kids cost me about $20. I keep saying that's not going to break me. That's not why we're struggling. But if you multiply it times a couple times a day or once a day, every day, it starts to add up.
So here's the point, Martha and Scott. You took the first step, both very brave. And you both wanted to make a change, or you wouldn't be on the Suze Orman Show. Intuitively, Scott, you may be shocked that this is the situation that you're in, but somehow you had to have a gut feeling that something wasn't going right. And Martha is reaching out for help. I have to congratulate both of you on that. The good news for you is that you do have the income that you have. You just together need to go through it. You need to cut out as much as you possibly can cut out. You need to stop buying gifts, stop buying Disney, stop buying all these things that you spend all of this money on. If you could cut your expenses down to the $6,000, Scott, that you thought, right, that you were spending somehow, you'd have $5,000 a month to all of a sudden get out of credit card debt, pay all these things down, keep your house, but you're going to have to make the hard decisions as to what to cut. But the one decision you both have to make right here on the Suze Orman Show is you have to get financially married for the very first time. You need to look at each other and say, I love you enough, Martha. Martha says, I love you enough, Scott, that I am going to tell you everything. We are going to have a financial date every single week. We are going to handle our finances together, and we have the love, we have the money, we have everything that it takes to turn this situation around. Again, normally I would be saying, claim bankruptcy, do this, do that. There is no hope. But this is simply a situation of no communication. And because you're not communicating, you're frustrated, and Martha is spending all this money. I can feel that if Martha had a partner, a financial partner, she wouldn't be spending the money that she is, because she would have to report in every week, and you would be able to help keep her on track. Does that sound like a good place to start?
I think it definitely does, yes.
All right. So can you just look at Martha and vow to her that once a week, every week, for the rest of your life, you are going to sit down for as long as you need to sit with her and look through your finances. And Martha, you need to vow to Scott that you are not going to lie to him. You are going to think about every penny you spend before you spend it. You are going to understand that this money is both of yours, and you are going to go to him if you feel that you are out of control. Just say, yes, I vow to do those things.
Yes, I vow to do that.
Yes, I vow to do those things.
Thanks.
All right, we are going to follow up on you. We are going to check back in on you. I would like to see you come back on the Suze Orman Show in a few months, just so that you can show what can be done simply by having a financial relationship that's based in integrity, honesty, and love. What went down after Martha and Scott left? Find out when Scott checks in later.
Another thing that I did that's really helped me out is...
And next, you can't afford to miss. Can I afford it?
I want to buy a $62 Lady Gaga ticket.
Lady
And I know that-
Gaga. Lady Gaga. Do you know how much I gaga over Lady Gaga?
I'm a proud little monster, and I know that you are too, and I'm hoping that you'll approve me.
What do you want to buy?
10-day tour to Europe.
$62 Lady Gaga ticket.
A 1994 Mazda Miata.
The Can I Afford It segment. This is where you call in, you tell me what it is that you want to buy, and I will. I'm going to do this. Trust me on this one. I tell you if you can afford it or not. Let's get right to it. Woody, my love, what do you want to buy?
Hi, Susie. Love the show.
Thank you, sir.
I'd like to take a 10-day tour to Europe to visit the Battle of the Bulge sites and D-Day sites.
Oh, you know, I've actually, when I've gone over there, I went to see them. I think history is fascinating. And I do think people should go and see, you know, where all these things happen. But the question is, Woody, can you afford it or not? Show me the money.
Well, my income is $7,233 a month.
Yep.
My expenses are $3,401 a month.
Yes, sir.
I owe $8,000 on our car loan at 4.25%, about 2.5 years left on that. My savings are $45,000 liquid, $325,000 investments, and $90,000 in an IRA, which I'm not required to take until I'm 70 and a half.
Right, and Woody, you're 66 years of age. I would imagine that your pension and everything, the majority of it is solid and it just comes to you regardless of any of this other money. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, and you're 66 years of age. As I said, where are you going to get this money? How are you going to pay for it?
I'm going to take some of it out of liquid savings and some out of a little bit of money that I put away over the time for hoping to take this trip.
All right, and I just have to ask, why do you want to go?
I'd like to go because I'm a retired high school, middle school teacher, and I'd like to see some of the places I taught about and learned about. And my father was wounded during the Battle of the Bulge, and I'd like to see the areas where he fought.
Oh, and we have a picture of your papa on the screen right now. As I'm looking at that picture, I'm saying, Papa, your son has been approved. Go there, take pictures, and send it so we can see you at those places as well. I'd love to see that, my dear Woody. Antonio, boyfriend, what do you want to buy?
Hey, Susie. Finally great to talk to you. I want to buy a $62 Lady Gaga ticket.
Lady
And I know that-
Gaga. Lady Gaga. Do you know how much I'm Gaga over Lady Gaga? I'm still Gaga over Lady Gaga all this time later. Is she the hottest thing you have ever seen?
Yes, and I am a proud little monster, and I know that you are too, and I'm hoping that you'll approve me.
Yeah, I'm doing my monster thing. She, I got goosebumps. Oh, come on, $62, Antonio. Let me keep my fingers crossed for you. Show me the money.
I make $1,400 a month take home.
Yes.
I have $550 a month in expenses.
Yes.
I live rent-free with my parents. I have no debt. I have $4,000 in liquid and $4,000 in investments, and I have no retirement.
Oh, you know what? You are so approved. Go and buy 2 tickets and take somebody with you. I'm so happy for you. Shari, what do you want to buy?
Hi, Susie. I would like to take an annual extended trip for me and the wonderful man in my life.
Is this a new man or somebody who's been there for a long time?
Oh, we've been together about 6 years.
Sounds relatively new, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of good. Everything's still good between the two of you?
Oh, wonderful.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine, no problem. So $20,000 though. $20,000 each year.
And as long as we're both healthy.
As long as you're both healthy. Girlfriend, show me the money.
Well, first, can I tell you a little bit of the reason why I like
No,
this?
because you know what? Who cares?
Oh,
If you want to go and spend $20,000 a year on vacation, if you want to spend $50,000 a year, I don't care why. All I care is, do you have the money to do it? Can you afford it or not? So at 61 years of age, I'm seeing that on my screen right now. Tell me about your money.
Okay. My monthly income consists of $9,830 in dividends and interest
Great.
and $1,825 in rental income for a total of $11,655 a month.
You got it.
My total monthly expenses, $10,212.
Yeah. I just have to ask, in that $10,212, did you already budget an amount every single month that you put away to take this $20,000?
No.
No. All right, just wanted to know. Okay, go on.
Okay. I have no debt.
No debt. Good.
My savings consist of $1.4 million in liquid savings,
What does that mean, liquid savings? Where's that $1.4 million?
money markets, cash.
You have
In the bank.
$1.4 million in a money market making less than 1% taxable.
Yes.
Why?
Well, I also have,
All right, I'll let you go on.
I also have $1.7 million in investments.
And that's at least an investment. I see you have $790,000 in retirement. So here's
Right.
the bottom line. You have been approved. Oh, go take whatever vacation you want. But you are so denied when it comes to what you've done with your money. You can't put $1.4 million in a money market. I mean, you got to do at least something with it so that it's making a little bit more money. But it's just something you should think about. Anyway, Dave, what do you want to buy?
Hi, Susie. I'm very excited to be on the program. I would like to buy a 1994 Mazda Miata.
You know, I remember when those cars first came out. And I looked at those and I thought they were the sexiest cars ever. And I would be driving down the street in my old beat up Volvo station wagon, and there would be this sexy Miata, and I would just image myself in that car. So I get it, $5,000. I get that. Show me the money, Dave.
Okay, well, my take-home pay is about $3,400 a month.
Yep.
My expenses total about $1,200 a month,
Yep.
$300 of which is my rent.
Yes.
I have no debt, thankfully, and I have about $48K in savings.
And $48,000 in savings. How are you going to pay for this?
Cash.
Cash. And is this something, so I just have to ask, is this something you don't have a car right now?
Well, no, I do have a car, but I've just been a long-time sports car fanatic, and I'm just out of school. I have a stable job, thankfully, and I would just love to make a purchase, really for myself, to live a little.
Yeah, where do you live?
I live in Princeton, New Jersey.
But who do you live with?
My parents.
So what is with this, how that's happening? Are all of you noticing a trend? We have all these 22-year-olds living with their parents that have one car, they want another car, and because they're living with their parents, they aren't living a real lifestyle. What are you gonna do with this sexy little car? Bring them home to your mommy and daddies? Yeah.
Well, actually.
Yeah, go on.
Well, actually, I pay rent to my parents, about $300 a month.
Yeah, but $300 a month for New Jersey, that's not realistic. Listen, you have been approved, you have the money to do so, but Dave, I don't think you should do that. Go and use that money and move out and save more, and then you can really have a good time. Jason, what do you want to buy?
Hey, girlfriend.
Oh, Jace, what do you want to buy, sweetheart?
I want to buy a bedroom set for my daughter.
Oh, you do? How old is your daughter?
Our daughter is 11 years old.
Oh, and so has she been sleeping in her bedroom set that you got for her when she was 3 months old?
Yes, it was a crib that's been switched over to a day bed, and she's just gotten too big for it. So it's time to
go for it.
Yeah, to get a new one.
I got that, Jason. Show me the money.
My wife and I's total income is $56.47 a month. Our expenses are $46.72. Our debt is $299,000 on our house with a 30-year mortgage of 5.38%.
Yep.
Our liquids are $47,000 with $1,000 investments and $212,000 in retirement.
And how are you going to pay for this?
We were going to pull it out of our savings account.
And guess what? You're approved. Oh, I'm so
awesome.
Awesome. Number one, your daughter shouldn't be sleeping and stuff from 3 months old. But the truth of the matter is you have the money to do it. And here's the question. Do you have the money to do the things that you want to do? All you have to do is go to my website, SuzeOrman.com, and you will find the information that you need to know there to come and play with me right here. Coming up next, Kathy asked me, Susie,
How am I doing? I know I'll work until my full retirement, but hope that I'm saving enough to enjoy a little fun along the way.
I would keep doing everything that you are doing, except welcome back, everybody. I want all of you to be really, really great when it comes time for you to retire, or maybe you have another goal. Whatever your goal is, I want you to be able to attain that goal, actually with ease. And that's what this segment is all about. You have to know how you are doing. So this is where we find out. And tonight, Kathy wants to know, Susie, how am I doing?
Hi, Susie. I'm divorced and now trying to play catch-up with my retirement savings. I was a stay-at-home mom for too many years, and like my friends in the same boat, we handled the household money but had no money of our own. I know I'll work until my full retirement, but hope that I'm saving enough to enjoy a little fun along the way. Susie, how am I doing?
Kathy, welcome to the Suze Orman Show.
Thank you, Susie. It's so nice to talk to you.
Thank you, my dear. So you're 51 years of age. Before I ask you to give yourself a grade and me give you a grade, let's show everybody your finances and what you have done essentially all on your own. You said you were 51, you are divorced. You have income of $3,500, expenses of about $3,500. So what you make, you spend. Currently, your retirement is $167,000. You have $21,000 of an emergency fund, no consumer debt, no investments. Your current home value is $320,000. However, you owe $192,000 on it. You have total assets of $509,000, and your total debt is about $192,000. And given that you were divorced and you're just starting over, girlfriend, the question is this. You know you're going to have to work till you're 67 or 70. You want to be able to have a little fun at that time. What grade would you give yourself?
I would say C+.
C+. Ms. Orman would say B-.
Okay.
B-. I actually think you're doing pretty well, Kath. You have a great FICO score. You really don't have debt. You know, you do have an 8-month emergency fund. Your retirement is a little bit short. You know, real estate, you're doing pretty good on it because you're actually paying $400 more a month so that it will be paid off by the time you retire. And you have a will and a trust. Nobody has a will. Nobody has a trust that calls into the Suze Orman Show during these segments. So I gave you an A there. So I think you are doing fine. Here is the only things I would change if I were you. I would keep doing everything that you are doing, except you are only funding a Roth IRA to the tune of about $100 per month. If you could just make a full contribution, which would be $6,000 for you per year into your Roth IRA, over the next 10 or 15 years or so, you would have a lot of money in there, and that would change your situation totally, because when you do that, that would allow you to take money out income tax free. So I need you to find $400 a month to be able to fund your Roth IRA to the tune of $500 a month. Now, I went through your expenses. You could cut out easily $100 a month of eating out. You know, you're spending a lot of money on the internet, cable, phones like that. You could easily cut out $100, $150 there, especially if you just went to a smartphone where everything was on the smartphone and you just had one bill. You also spend about $50, $75 a month on gifts and things like that. Oh, just write them a card. Make your future your gift to yourself. And again, you seem to be spending about $35 a month on magazines, on newspapers. If you get a smartphone, you can read them like I do, right on the phone, and I don't even pay anything for it. If you just did those few things, that would give you the extra $400 a month to do what? Fund your Roth IRA with it. It's really that simple, my dear. You are doing fine. You just need to make a little more money and save a little more, and you should be okay at the time of 67 or 70 comes rolling along. Next, I tackle trending topics in Ask Suze.
I have a question about Roth IRA conversions. Am I able to keep converting my IRA contributions on a yearly basis? I keep wondering if there's some kind of catch or if there's some other issue that I'm not aware about.
Yeah, Eric, no catch whatsoever, but let me be very specific with you.
3, 2, mic, cue.
Welcome back, everybody. Again, we are in the control room of the Suze Orman Show. Take a look around. I kind of like it here. This is where the magic happens. But you know where else the magic happens? It happens right with you. You can be part of the Suze Orman Show, and it's very easy. To be part, you can either go to SuzeOrman.com, SuzeOrman.cnbc.com, become a fan of me with Twitter, Suze Orman Show, or join Facebook. But you can also send in a webcam and talk to me one-on-one, and I get to see you. Don't you like that? And that's what we're going to do right now. Eric is coming to us from Sacramento. Dr. Eric, I hear you're a doctor, sir. What can I do for you?
Hi, Suze. I have a question about Roth IRA conversions. I make over the Roth income limit. So last year, I took $30,000 that I had in a non-deductible IRA, and I rolled it over into a Roth. What I want to know is, am I able to keep converting my IRA contributions on a yearly basis? And if not, what other options are there for me? Because it seems to me that most everyone who makes over the Roth income limit should be doing this. And yet, to be honest, I don't really hear that many people talking about this. So I keep wondering if there's some kind of catch or if there's some other issue that I'm not aware about.
Yeah, Eric, no catch whatsoever. You know, we talk about it all the time here on the Suze Orman Show, but let me be very specific with you. any money that you currently have in an IRA, which is a traditional IRA, an IRA rollover, an IRA that's non-deductible, a simple plan, whatever you have, a SEP IRA, and it's already in there, you can roll whatever amount of money. It's actually called converting it into a Roth IRA, regardless how much you have in those accounts and regardless of how much money you make. Obviously, when you convert, you will owe ordinary income taxes on whatever amount you convert. So you might want to not convert large amounts all at once, because when you convert it, it's taxed to you as ordinary income. This is something that is not going to go away. Let's assume that you actually have converted now everything that you had in a traditional IRA that you made non-deductible or any other type of IRA, and you've converted everything into a Roth already. Now you want to know, can you continue to make contributions into a traditional IRA, make it non-deductible, and convert that every single year? And the answer to that question is you absolutely can, until they change the laws. And you are just limited to the actual amounts that you're allowed to put into a traditional IRA and make it non-deductible. That's $5,000 a year if you're under 50, $6,000 a year if you are 50 or older. So you can do this in those amounts for as long as you want until the tax laws change. Now, everybody, I want you to stay tuned, because there's still one thing that I want you to know. Scott sends in a video update on what happened after our talk.
Things are actually looking really, really good for us.
Welcome back, everybody. Now, before we go tonight, there's one more thing I want you to know. Yes, I'm wearing a different outfit because I got a very fast update from Scott after the taping. So I've returned to share what happened with him and Martha after the show. If you missed it, earlier Scott and Martha were my one-on-one guests tonight. Martha was handling the family finances, all by herself. And Scott, well, he just didn't want to be involved at all. And she just kept getting them deeper and deeper into debt. Here's Scott's update.
Hi, Suze. It's Scott. I'm just like to give you an update on how Martha and I have been doing since we were on your show. One of the biggest things we've done is we've actually gotten together on Friday nights and we've talked about our finances and planned for the next week. Another thing that I did that's really helped me out is I had no idea where our money was going to, so I got an online program that downloads all of our accounts into one place so I can see exactly where our money is going. And I use that to get together with Martha and actually establish a budget, which as of right now we're sticking to, and things are actually looking really, really good for us. We want to thank you for all your help, and we'll give you another update in another month or so.
Scott boy, I love that. Listen, everybody, it makes me so happy when you come on the Suze Orman Show. I tell you what to do and you actually listen to me, and look what can happen. So now you know. And here's one more thing that I personally, yes, me, and you, that I really want you to know, and it's this. When it comes to your money, this is the only thing that matters. People first, then money, then things. Now you stay safe. Bye-bye.